Have you ever found yourself majorly unproductive when working from home, where you feel like no matter what you do, you just can't get your stuff done, or you feel like even though you have a never-ending to-do list, you just simply don't have the motivation to move forward? I have. Even after a year and a half since quitting my corporate job and building my business from the comfort of my own home, I've had my fair share of ups and downs. There were times where I've been crazy productive, feeling like I'm on top of the world and that I could accomplish anything that I set my mind to. But many other times where I haven't necessarily shared on social media, where I've completely gone breakdown mode. While I'm certainly no master to productivity and mental health, after many months of trial and error, almost a year and a half of working from home on my business, I have learned a few things along the way that have helped me prevent procrastination and burnout more than I did last year. And when I'm talking about procrastination and burnout, I'm talking about scrolling mindlessly on TikTok all day, which, by the way, I'm sometimes still guilty of, playing with my cat when I really should be working, or not falling into a slump every other week. Today, I've been able to do a couple of things that have truly allowed me to create more and more space between work and life so that I can finally put my best foot forward when I'm building my dream business. And in today's video, my hope for you is that by sharing some of the things that I've incorporated in my routine when I work from home in order to help me stay productive and stay healthy, that you're able to achieve better work-life balance as well, and that you don't find yourself falling into constant burnout or constant traps of demotivation. So let's start off with tip number 1, and that is staying active. Last year, when I started my business, this was something that I heavily neglected and that I found difficult to be committed to. But as I researched, the common thread between successful entrepreneurs is that all of them always prioritize their health and wellness. So this year, I committed myself to truly taking this seriously. And so I finally took the plunge and invested in a personal trainer to help push my limits, not just physically, but also mentally. Now, this isn't to say that you need to have a personal trainer in order to stay active, and you can easily carve out time in your schedule, whether that's 15 minutes or 30 minutes, to watch some YouTube videos and follow your favorite workouts. Now, because of the current global pandemic, we now have moved our sessions virtually. So my personal trainer, Andrew, and I now work out 3 times a week through the computer. And even though I struggle through the workouts a lot, by the end of it, I'm always glad that I got my body moving. I find that working out has allowed me to truly stay more focused throughout the day and gives me a kick of energy that I didn't even know I needed. Obviously, like I said, you don't need to hire a personal trainer to get active, and you can easily do this yourself. So for me, the times where I'm not working out with Andrew, I've actually gone ahead and bought myself a bike for super cheap, and today I take daily 30-minute bike rides. I use these bike rides to get some fresh air, take a nice break, and also to sneak in some time to listen to my new audiobooks. For these rides especially, I've been using the app called Audible. And the reason why I've chosen Audible for these bike rides is that it's longer form content, and I find that it makes the bike rides a lot more enjoyable. Audible is an app where you can listen to audiobooks and podcasts on the go, and with your subscription, every month you get a credit to choose one book. If you want more, you can always buy audiobooks on Amazon and link it to your Audible account. A book that I've been in the process of reading is called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. I'm really enjoying this book so far because the author doesn't really have a boring narration voice, which is why I usually get turned off from listening to audiobooks. And the concepts in this book apply a lot to the challenges I'm currently facing in my own life and business. So if you're interested in checking out Audible yourself, you can visit the link in my description box so that you can get a free 30-day trial and get 2 free audiobooks on me. Now, moving on to the next thing that I do in order to stay productive when working from home is to simply show up. So what I'll do is I'll start off the day by washing my face with one of my favorite cleansers that leave my face feeling minty fresh, and then I'll proceed to do my skincare and makeup routine as usual. A recent hack that I've actually been doing is putting a little drop of color pigment into my regular day cream. For my day cream, I use Elta MD, and for the color pigment, I use Cover FX. This way, it feels like my regular cream. It doesn't feel heavy, feels super light, and it doesn't necessarily look like I'm wearing heavy foundation. But by doing this alone, it's really helped me become a little bit more confident and feeling a little bit more camera ready. Especially as a content creator and a coach, something that I find is I always need to be on camera. And when I find that I'm a little bit more put together, I'm a lot more willing to create more content and connect with you guys through video. Afterwards, I'll put on basic powder, throw on quick lip gloss, and do my hair if it's a mess that day. By doing all of this, even though I'm not necessarily going out or seeing anyone, I feel a lot more productive and I truly feel like I'm showing up to work. A very common indulgence that tends to happen when you work from home is the craving to stay in your pajamas or sweatpants all day. Now, I'm here to tell you that even though it is super tempting, it can kill your productivity when you're a bit too comfortable. Now, I'm not saying that you need to wear jeans or a fancy shirt, because what I learned is also important to do your best work is for you to feel comfortable, but what I am saying is that you should at least throw on maybe some leggings or something more form-fitting, so at least you can feel a little bit more put together versus wearing a bathrobe, sweats, or a baggy t-shirt. This little change that I've made in my routine has really helped wonders, and again, I'm not saying that you need to dress to the nines, because that's not comfortable for anyone either. Speaking of feeling put together, a cluttered environment creates a cluttered mind. I'll be the first to tell you that I am the worst at keeping things clean. But if you do find yourself feeling unproductive, spending a little bit of time to clean up your workspace can do wonders. This means taking out your garbage, clearing your desk from distractions, and putting away any unnecessary items that might make you feel messy overall. Once my workspace is cleared, something I've learned through being the master of overwhelming myself with unrealistic tasks and to-dos is I use my productivity planner. This is a planner that was gifted by a mentor of mine, and what I love about it is that it's all about zoning in on your top 3 tasks. Oftentimes I'll lose focus or I'll over-forecast how much I can really get done in a day. By using this planner, it helps me to realign on what's truly important and what will be the most impactful to get done in my business. If you're interested in any of the products I mentioned, by the way, in this video, you can always visit www.vanessalau.co/tools, where I'll put all the products that I mentioned. Now, speaking of focus, one thing that I have on my desk that has been my absolute favorite are these roller balls from Sage Wellness. Each roller ball serves a different purpose, and my personal favorite is Peppermint Halo. I've been using this for a very long time, so I'm so happy I now have a whole set that I can put on my desk and reach for anytime. I usually start my day by putting some Peppermint Halo under my nose, and it instantly wakes me up. After working for some time in the morning, one thing I've started to do that has helped me a lot is to give myself a lunch break. Every day at 12 p.m., I always make myself lunch. Last year, I found myself burning out every week and having very unhealthy eating habits. So this year, I invested in hiring a nutritionist to make sure I'm putting the right foods in my body. Again, like I mentioned earlier on in this video, I'm really taking my health and wellness as my #1 priority this year. One of the easiest and most delicious meals that I learned to make is a simple egg and avocado toast sandwich. Every afternoon, I make lunch for my boyfriend and I, and at the same time, my boyfriend washes the dishes. Since we both run our own businesses, this allows us to touch base midday and take a quick break together while catching up on how our day went. As I spend time to make our food, I found it to be a great de-stressor, and it takes my mind off the things that may have been stressing me out throughout the day. Over time, as I've been running my business for a year and a half now, I've learned that it's become more and more important for me to take frequent breaks in order to prevent burnout and to eat foods that will keep me energized instead of being tired. Last year, I would always find myself scarfing down cup noodles 10 minutes before my meetings and always wondered why I felt like crap. While I'm not the master of not burning out and having work-life balance, over time, I do feel like I've been much better at staying healthy when running a business from home. The next thing I love to do and make to keep myself healthy and productive is my Subi drink. This is something that I drink every single day. This is my favorite super greens powder, and it's something that I've been drinking for a while now. What I love most about Subi is that I get all my nutrients in this drink, and it tastes just like matcha. And what I love about that is that I can actually read everything that's in the ingredient label, something that my nutritionist and I have been working on. As you can see, all the ingredients on the back of this label are all fruits and vegetables, and the nutrients that you can see are absolute crazy. Now, what I like to do to make this taste great is I add honey to sweeten it. And again, I'll then froth my almond milk using my Nespresso milk frother. The end result basically tastes no different than a matcha latte, and it is absolutely bomb. If you'd like to try Subi yourself, you can use the code Vanessa10 at their checkout to get 10% off your order. And voila! Now both my boyfriend and I have something to eat and drink. Latte for him and Subi for me. Now here's another tip. If you're taking a lunch break, a true lunch break, instead of eating lunch while working, I spend that time watching fun YouTube videos. Today, I'm watching another YouTuber's video about productivity and observing how he films his videos, because making better B-roll footage is something that I'm actually trying to work on. This has helped me become more creative by watching other content creators outside of my industry, and it makes me feel good that I'm slowing down to actually enjoy my food and not worry about things that are directly related to my business. As the day goes on, it's easy to forget common essentials like drinking water. This is something that I struggle with a lot since quitting my job and working for myself. Unlike when you have a corporate job, it's easy when you have colleagues wanting to take breaks with you and having quote-unquote water cooler chats. But when you work alone, no one is really there to remind you to drink water or to take a break or do any of that, because there's very little social activities happening that would prompt you to drink any water. That's why for me, I use this Healthlish water bottle that reminds me to drink water every hour. Although sometimes I still forget, having it by my side at my desk still nudges me to stay hydrated throughout the day. Now, as I work through the afternoon, I eventually will break for dinner and then call it a day. But for me, as I film this right now in my business, it's very busy season as my team and I are revving up for a couple of launches. So after dinner and Netflix, I've been finding myself still working a little bit in bed. Now, something common that may happen, especially when you work from home, and especially if you're a night owl like me that likes to work in the evening, is that your eyes may get tired from all of the blue light. One of my favorite products to use at the moment are these blue light blockers that I got from Classy Network. I find them to be the most durable and really good quality for price. I've had blue blockers before in the past that were much more expensive that actually broke on me. So for me to find a brand that actually feels sturdy is really, really awesome. The best thing that I love about these glasses is that they were created by another female entrepreneur. So I like the fact that I'm supporting another small business. If you'd like to check out these glasses for yourself, you can use my code Vanessa and get 20% off your order. As you can see, I love these glasses so much that I always alternate between multiple pairs. Now, as we head into bedtime and everything is turned off, I find how I end the day prepares me for a better day ahead. That's why at night, there are a couple things I do that have helped me get way better sleep and start my day fresh without feeling groggy or anxious. The first thing that I like to do as my nighttime routine is I turn off my notifications. This is actually something that I've been doing very recently. And as someone who runs a coaching program and is also very active on social media as my livelihood, I always wake up with 30 to 50 new notifications on my phone. This lately has been causing a lot of anxiety for me, especially since right now in the business we're going through a lot of projects that are already stressing me out. Thanks to some of you who follow me over on Instagram, you guys have suggested I turn off my notifications, which is now what I do every night before I go to bed, so I'm able to wake up to a notification-free phone. It's been really helping me a lot lately, and I just really want to take some time to thank you to those of you who suggested me to do this. Now, after I've turned off my notifications to help me release anxiety and drift off into a peaceful sleep, I use Soul CBD. I've tried many CBD oils before, but nothing has beaten Soul CBD. I have a couple of drops before I go to bed, and it really helps me calm my anxiety and my racing mind, and also puts me to sleep pretty easily. One of my favorite parts, and the reason why I love this brand, is that the lemon lime flavor is absolutely bomb. Unlike other CBD oils that I've tried that I haven't featured because I didn't like, it really feels like you're tasting good stuff into your mouth versus just regular oil. If you're interested in trying Soul CBD yourself, you can always check out their website and use my code Vanessa10 to get 10% off any order that you place in the US. I find that it really helps calm me down and helps me really get that sleep that I've been missing. Next, to maximize these calming effects with the CBD oil and just to simply really end off the day, I've been using a meditation app called Simply Habit, and it's recently been my newest favorite. Funny enough, I actually heard about this app when I was watching an episode on Shark Tank. I used to use Headspace, but I quickly got bored of it, and as someone who likes variety, I really love using Simply Habit because there's so many options to choose from. It's funny because right now they've got COVID meditations and other meditations like evening meditations, intimacy meditations, ASMR if you're into that, and so much more. Not only this, you can also choose from many different teachers and voices, so every time I use the app, I never truly get bored. For me, at night, a recent favorite of mine has been this meditation right here that has really helped me release any emotions I've had from the day and drift off to sleep. I personally think it's the perfect meditation before you go to bed. I love this app so much that I personally reached out to the company to get you guys a free trial. You can use the link in my description box to get an exclusive 30-day trial if you'd like to try it out for yourself. Winding down at night is one of my favorite things to do, and it allows me to reflect on the day that I just had, calm my nerves, and remind myself that tomorrow is a brand new day and that nothing is truly urgent. Over time, what I learned is that from my experience from working at home as an entrepreneur is that the deadlines and the stress that I put myself is a choice, and that if I don't have a productive day today, doesn't mean that I can never have a productive day ever again. A quote that I really love is the quote where Jay Shetty said that you should never judge your life by a day, which means if you had a bad day, that doesn't necessarily mean you've had a bad life. I've learned to truly become a lot easier on myself over time and to recognize when my body truly needs a break and being okay with giving myself a break. As you can see from this video, I've really emphasized a lot on taking these type of breaks and putting your health and wellness as your number one priority. It's really easy and really tempting to go into burnout and always work your butt off because you want to build a business, but I can firsthand tell you that that strategy doesn't last long. It's only a matter of time when you find yourself like me a year ago, where you burn out constantly and you're no longer productive. Lastly, another thing that I learned from my experience of working from home, putting a lot of stress on myself and building my business, is what I did is I stopped attaching meaning to failure. This was a really big shift that I made mindset-wise that has truly helped me become a lot more happier when running my business and not falling into multiple slumps. What this means is if I didn't meet my goals or didn't do what I said I would do, I no longer make it mean that I'm not successful or that I can never be successful. A really big reason why a lot of new entrepreneurs fail is because they think that failure means something. In fact, it doesn't mean anything. It just is. That's why today I let any quote-unquote failure as it is. I let it be, I learn to let go, and I just move forward.